All right, we got action. We got action. Yes, sir. Oh man. Yeah, there we go. We got light. Let there be light. Oh man. What's good? Hey man, I'm good. I'm gonna tell you why. I just woke up from a nap. Oh man, I feel re-energized, and you know, it's a power nap. I've been up since 8:30. See my eyes still red. Well, I slept on this side. Both of my eyes. Well, I was rubbing my eye too. So yeah. So yeah, yeah, I'm stepping out for the evening. So I'm gonna come at y'all right now. It's 5 o'clock with the throwbacks. We usually try to wait till the evening because it's kind of not throwbacks in the evening because we say Saturday night throwback, and you know what I'm saying? Uh so I try to wait till uh after three, round five. But I prefer to do it during the evening, but what I'm saying, depending on what I'm doing in the day. That's why I can't give you a direct time when I'm gonna set it off. But y'all see I got my Donny Hathaway going, man. I got my Donny Hathaway going. That's what I'm feeling like. When I look at this camera, I'm looking at the dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm all spiffed up. This the anniversary edition. You know what I'm saying? Where Roberta Flack at? You know what I'm saying? We need to sing some songs. And because Donny Hathaway just jumped in my head, I gotta play something from Donny Hathaway. You know what I'm saying? Cause I brought y'all the sheet, good times, and what was the other joint? Freak out. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get some Donny Hathaway on y'all. But I'm gonna give you a little commentary before I call the homie Fred. And this is our 15th episode on the Saturday Night Throwbacks. And thank y'all so much. It's been an awesome year. And, again, I come on here to release stress. And basically, nowadays, I'm just recording my ideas and what I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just good to be able to think something and then like great writers used to record themselves with a recorder and then they play their audio back and then they write. So I guess we that come on here and do these videos, we're recording video and audio and we're able to play it back and think of our thoughts, analyze our thoughts and what was on our mind at the time. I mean, that's what it's doing for me. So yeah, with that being said, you know, it's just good relaxation. Then I get my player on, let y'all see how snazzy that I can get, that I can be, and how I was when I was out there being a party goer or socialite, as they would say it now, and just like the tip of the iceberg, how I used to get down. And my first wife spazzed out on me, and I had like three scrapbooks full of pictures of me and my crew and the beautiful ladies that we entertained their company. And through the timeline of going to a lot of parties and events and just just being on the scene and in places and going places from, I'm going to say, like 16 to the time I was like 30. Because I got married at 32 years old. Back in the day, my first marriage. And so I had some great pictures of me and my crew, the fashion. We was giving up the fashion on them pictures, and the pretty women that we was around and entertaining with, and that was entertaining. I mean, it was just some special time because me and my crew, we wasn't no strangers or getting spiffed up. It was a time in hip hop that hip hop grew up and got on this grown man. I'm gonna say about when was it, like uh like 1995. Everybody started putting on suits. They was dressing, and we got sophisticated. We came out the jeans and the Tims, the New Balance, the Nike boots and jean shorts, and we started putting on some fabrics like suede, leather, cashmere, what I'm saying, Egyptian silk, what I'm saying, $300 silk shirts, Coogee sweaters, $300 sweaters. And we was doing it like that, giving it up, what I'm saying, stepping in the spots, all fly, different circles, from a hood party to a country club, or embassy event. That's how I used to get down. And even there, uh, you know, uh, I laugh. My wife, a lot of her coworkers are Caucasian, and they invite us to nice events, and my wife say, you're very comfortable everywhere you go. It's very impressive. I say, because I already been to these places. I'm a socialite. I was a party goer. I was at a lot of events. I rolled in different circles. So therefore, this is nothing new to me. This crowd we around, that's diverse. It's nothing new to me. This is what I do. You know what I'm saying? And we gave our share of our own parties as well. And I was approached a lot of times to give events with different crews, and I was asked, was I a party promoter a lot of times. In a way, I was indirectly, but I never claimed it because it wasn't serious like that. I think being a party promoter is putting on events and getting paid for them, and to a degree we did that, but like I said, I had nothing on any uh event that had my name as a party promoter. So I never claimed that. So, it's what it is, So just being a party goer or a socialite was enough, you know what I'm saying? All right, I said I'm feeling Donnie Hathaway right now. So let's get into some Donnie, man. And let me get some up tempo by Donnie Hathaway. I'm on my smooth right now, you know. Back together, yeah. Him and Roberta Flack from Howard University, HU, huh, man, Bisons, you know, Roberta Flack is from VA, and she's still out there doing her thing. Yeah, let me key this joint out, man. We get ready to get it. We get ready to get it. We get ready to get it. Let me key it up, and we going in, man. We gonna call the homie Fred, and we gonna jump this thing off. You know how we do. It's what we do. You know how we do. It's what we do. Oh man, that rhyme, I like that. hmm You know, big what's my man name? Biz Markie sample his joint on the song. You know, yeah. Okay, actually, that's Roberta Flack's song that Donny Hathaway produced, and it features Donny Hathaway. But we gonna call it his song regardless. It is what it is. Yeah. hmm Let's key this joint up. When I come at y'all, we ain't faking. We ain't faking. Cause that's what we do. Believe that. Key this joint up, and then we off for blast off. Yes, sir. Yeah, we going to Buzz Creek to a car derby, a race derby, where they racing and smashing the cars and stuff to each other. So yeah, that's where we going at. So we gonna be out for the evening, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and set it all, cause I might not feel like doing the throwbacks when I get back. You know, cause I might be tired. I gotta get up tomorrow. I got a long day, so let's get it in a little early. So you know, but it is what it is. All right, back together. Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway. Let's go. Yeah, you better know. You better ask somebody. That's how we do. Let's go. Yeah. You and I back together again in the world. Yeah. I can picture that Biz Markie joint. It's me again. Y'all go check out that version, Biz Markie, with the Donny Hathaway sample. What you feel? Back together again. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Back together again. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Back together again. Yeah. Ooh, 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 back together again. Oh man, the genius of Donny Hathaway production. Oh man, you know, I keep telling my son, great artists have unique sound, and they stand out. Your average artist, they just sound like everybody else. That's just my opinion. You get it how you get it, though. There's a place for you. Somebody like your stuff. I stand on that. Ooh, ooh, back together again. Back together again. Back together again. That's that roller skate jump right there. Up at Crystal Skate. Oh man. Yeah. Good old days, man. I tell you. If you couldn't find nothing to do on the weekend, Friday, Saturday night, and when it was a holiday on that Monday, and we went out Sunday, if you was home talking about you don't know what to do, you ain't got nowhere to go, that just straight up meant you was a square. I'm just calling it like it is. You know, it's always something to do. You know what I'm saying? If you a party goer, you a socialite, you know what I'm saying? You better, and if you're not, you better find somebody that's a friend that know where the happenings at. You know what I'm saying? Cause especially when you young, full of energy, last place you want to be is in the house. And I get it. Nowadays, I mean, but I'm talking about the '80s. I come through the '80s, and it was a level of danger, you know, that was extensive. But I just refuse to be a basket case, and I refuse to not come outside or be scared to come outside. I refuse that. But nevertheless, I wasn't on my game, knowing my surroundings, and you just had to learn and know how to move cautiously. You had to be aware of who you was around. So that takes a skill set, believe it or not, because you can't be green when you out here. You got to be very observant and just, your head need to be on a swivel and just Be alert at the end of the day. So if that's too much for you, then yeah, you better stay in the house. You know what I'm saying? But I refuse to stay in the house. Me and my crew, we was everywhere, moving around, doing what we do, and having a good time. We had a few close calls, but that's all it was. It was a close call because we really wasn't into nothing, even though we was around some friends that were dangerous and in that life. But when they linked with us, I told them personally, hey, put that on the back burner. You off tonight. You're not a gangster right now. When you with me, you with the party crew. Okay? You know what I'm saying? I even encourage a lot of my dudes to get dressed up to go out and have a good time. And we never went to places where we had to carry guns and all that. We went to sophisticated spots and where beautiful ladies was at. Ladies, not hood rats or rug rats or birds. You know, we was around women that were professionals that had good jobs and were looking for you know uh some fly dudes to be around, and that's what we offered when we stepped up in the spot. You feel me? My crew was all that. As I reflect, I don't give my crew a lot of credit. We were fly out there back in our timeline, and I'm proud of that. And I wish I could bring you some visuals, but as I was saying, my first wife threatened to burn my pictures because my guys used to act a food over the pictures when they used to come through the crib. We used to give fight parties. We used to rotate. So when it was my turn, I bring out the scrapbooks, and everybody like, Big Dave, why you always talking about pictures that you got? Nobody else got pictures? Maybe they do, but you ain't had more than me. And I always had the pictures, and I got the pictures because I was known for taking pictures, and I paid for the pictures. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So that's how I end up with all the pictures, and all the flowers anyway, that I used to have taken, because back in the day, wherever you went, when you rented a DJ, you had to have a picture man there to capture the moment, you know, because especially women used to go get their hair done. They go go spend their money on fly outfits. They get their hair and their nails done. And fellas used to go buy fly outfits. You want to remember that night. And me, I was on a tip where I rolled in different circles. So I will buy a fly fit for the weekend, and I will wear it around three circles. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and maybe Sunday. I will be around four groups of people, different people. And I wore that same outfit. You know what I'm saying? Because I probably spent $250 or $100 in between that range, 100 to 250. It might have been 100 if I didn't buy shoes, and that could be hard bottom or casual shoes or sneaks. So if I bought just an outfit, it'd probably be about 125, whatever it was. And then if I added shoes, that might have been another 75 to $125. So yeah, I was spending like 250 on outfits and shoes a week. So, you know, you want to have pictures to capture that moment in that timeline. And so that's what I really miss about them pictures. And anyway, my first wife tripped out about them pictures one time that I hosted the fight, and my guys was acting a fool about the pictures and like, yo, you remember her? D, you was a fool. And Man, that night was crazy and this and that. I'm looking at these jokers like, man, she in the next room. Chill out. So when they left for the evening, when the fight was over, I had to hear that shit that night. You know what I'm saying? And she like, you know what? I'm tired of these dudes coming over here gawking about these women in them scrapbooks. And and I was like, what you talking about? These pictures, before I don't care. You wouldn't appreciate it if I had a scrapbook full of guys all over me and half naked. And I was like, honestly, I wouldn't care because they was before me. I ain't got nothing to do with what you was doing before me. So she was like, well, I care. Get them pictures out my house or I'm going to burn them. So I knew she was dead serious. So what I did, I threw them in the trunk of my hoop dog because we had bought a new sports car. And we would drive the car during the week. And I would drive my the hoop dog on the weekend. So I came home on the Sunday night because I think that was a Saturday. And I lived over in Oxon Hill at the time on the Maryland side. Well, Oxon Hill is Maryland, but I was on the line with DC and what's that? What's that? Landover, not Landover. Eastover Mall and Oxon Hill is right there at the line. So I lived over in uh I forget that apartment complex. But I lived on Audrey Lane, Park something, Park Fours. That's what it was. And yeah, so at that time I stayed over there, and me and my cousin was sharing a apartment over there, and then my girl moved in because we had became exclusive. So we were saving our money to get an apartment. We were there about 6 months, me and her together with my cousin. And so we was out like after 6 months. But me and him had shared the apartment about 2 years. And so yeah, she flaked out, man. And so long story short, somebody stole my car. That Monday morning, me and her get ready to go to work because we worked at the same government agency. And so we going to work. And so we driving the new car that we bought together. And I used to drive the hoop dog on the weekend. And the little youngest ran there, kept asking me on a regular, did I want to sell my joint? And I was like, nah, it ain't for sale. I told y'all about the story that, back in my day, we called everybody a crackhead. They used to sell their shit no matter what it was, you know. So I have like a complex about selling any of my things to anybody or whatever the situation is because I was the first one to call somebody a crackhead. If you know about the streets, the crackheads used to sell they damn draws to get a hit. So yeah, I got a complex about selling anything to anybody, without feeling like a crackhead. So basically I hold on to things, and if I don't for real want it, I give it away. Anyway, so I wasn't trying to sell my hoop dog. I kept it up. It was blacked out. I had it rimmed up. You know what I'm saying? And the youngins they was fucking with it, trying to give me 2,000, 3,000 for it. And I was like, nah, it ain't for sale. So I thought in my mind that they just got tired of asking me to sell it, and I thought they just got tired of asking me to sell it and they just up and stole the joint. Cause where I lived at, I had a garage out front and parking lot in the No, parking, good lord. We had like little parking garages out back and parking lots in the front. And then if you couldn't get one of them, you had to park on the street. So I know when I pulled in Sunday night, I think I parked out back or out front. But I go out back first because that's normally where I park at. I don't see my car. But then I go out front. I come back through the building upstairs. We lived on the first floor, you know, and you come through the back from the basement area to come upstairs. So I go out front looking for my car. I don't see it out there. And I know I park either out front or back because I know at a certain time when you get in, if you don't get a spot, you got to park on the street. So I know I got in time to either park out front or in the back, you know. So I don't see my car out front or back. So I go out to the daggone street and I'm like, okay, I don't see my car. I walk all the way up the block, all the way down the block, which I never had to do, but I'm like, I'm still not trying to believe that uh my car stolen. I don't wanna think that. I don't wanna believe that because my pictures are in the trunk. I put my pictures in the trunk. When my wife threatened to burn them, she told me take them to my mother's house. And I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. So I threw them in the trunk. So I was like, this some bullshit. She done had my car stolen, you know? And I thought about it. I was like, nah, she couldn't have because I didn't tell her that I put them in there. So that's what I thought initially, and then I thought about the youngins, right? I was like, these youngins stole my shit. They got tired of me telling them no. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's why I'm moving anyway. So I ain't go and act a fool, which wouldn't have been in my best interest. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't on the gangster tip. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I got a lot of phone calls I can make, if he got, on a real tip, but it wasn't all that serious because I didn't know who did it or if that was the case. But so I'm pissed off. I go back in the house, tell my wife, oh, you know what? We wasn't even married then. We were just exclusive and we wasn't even married there, but she did become my wife once we moved. We had a son, and I married her. So with that being said, I say, man, somebody stole my car, and you know. She was like, "Are you serious?" I say, "Yeah." I don't walked all the way around and I don't see nothing. And she was like, "Okay." And well, let's call the police. We called police, and we had like a police hub down in Eastover in the mall. So I go down there telling them what's up to make a report. I had to call the insurance, and I had full coverage on there too. And they was like, "You got full coverage on a who dog?" I said, "Yeah." Well, I'm gonna fix somebody else's car and don't fix my own if I have an accident. That's crazy, right? So I just didn't see paying liability. I paid full coverage for that joint. So the officer told me, because we right here on by the bridge, Woodrow Wilson Bridge, it's a lot of kids coming into Maryland from Virginia stealing our cars from over here, if it's not in DC. So I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, we got a lot of theft, and we don't go in Virginia looking for them cars, and they know that. So they'll come over the line and steal cars, and we probably the cops we know personally, we'll get them a description to look for it, or if they see it, they can call us or whatever. But we for real don't That's out of our jurisdiction, And I said, wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was like a across the line database. And they might have that now where they could look for a vehicle and they only gonna do it for 30 days, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, they never found my car. So the DC cops and Maryland cops I knew, I got at them to ask them to look out for. We thought we almost found it in DC. My boy Jackson called and say, man, I think I see your car is sitting on bricks in DC over here by the hobo shop. The hobo shop used to be a designer, like Madness, Wheel One, Shooters. Yeah, Hobo used to have a shop right there on oh man, what is that? Uh wow, I done forgot where the damn place at. Right there with Southern Avenue. If you coming from Maryland and oh man, if you coming from Benning Road, why my vision is blurry right now. Oh man. All right, let me give you a vision. If you coming off East Capitol by the shrimp boat, that's Benning Road. And if you take Benning Road all the way going to Simple City, you go up to the hill where the old shoppers used to be at. And I can't remember what that street is called. But if you keep going, you run straight into Southern Avenue. So the hobo shop sat right there on the hill, you know, uh, right there on the right side was or is a liquor store, and on the left was a church, and right by the church was the hobo shop. So that might be Benning Road turning into Southern Avenue going straight, but coming across. Oh man, that's crazy. I can't remember that street. But I gave y'all the description, right there coming up the hill by the shrimp boat, going into Southern Avenue. So if y'all can help me out with that, you know, you passing Johnny Boy ribs and all that. Anyway, my car was right there, which it turned out it wasn't my car, but it was just like my car. And it was a darker color. My color was a light blue, the or like a royal blue. It was royal blue, not light blue. And the car that was there was a dark blue. So yeah. So yeah, it was a trip, man. I ain't even want the car back for real. I wanted my pictures. And that's what meant a lot to me to get the pictures back. I ain't even care about the car, but it was just a lot of memories lost of me and my crew in our younger days. We was young and fly. We were fit, in shape. We was handsome, no gray hair, and just looking good. And then we done lost some soldiers along the way. So it's just good to reflect about your guys and friends that was around you that's no longer here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what them pictures represented. It was just more than just the women in the pictures for me. It was about a timeline of me and my guys growing up from boys to men. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my guys blame her. I blame her because if you wasn't tripping about the pictures that was before you, them pictures wouldn't be gone forever. But I got over it, and but it was just, it was just messed up at the end of the day. And look, man, I done talked 45 minutes and I ain't called the homie Fred. Oh man. So we literally got 15 minutes to do some throwbacks. So let me hurry up and call my man. I just got that one off. See, that's what I'm saying, man. These videos are great for me because I can talk. Y'all see that, right? I can talk and I have stories, I have content that I can give you. And it's more where that came from. Let me call the homie Fred. You know, it's all good though. It's all good. Let's see if we can get our man on the phone. The homie.
Please leave your message for.
All right, the homie Fred ain't pick up, y'all. He might call back because that's what he did last time. But we got 15 minutes to go. We're gonna go forth, and cause I gotta get out of here at 6. Cause the race started at 7, and we supposed to left at 5. And so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this joint out. Let me play Biz Markie version of the sample that he sampled from Donny Hathaway. Give y'all a laugh and a visual. I think his jump was called "Is Me Again," and he used the same sample from Back Together. Let me see if I can find that joint. It's hilarious and creative. If you know anything about Biz Markie, you know he was out there different, damn near retarded with his music, but he was a comedic rapper, and he had some joints though, so don't sleep. Oh, it's spring again, and I think it's a video for it. Biz was a fool with it. It's spring again. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it is a video for it. So we're going. All right. Lou Rawls got a it's spring again. I wonder. No, well, he ain't copying Lou Rawls because this was a Donny Hathaway sample. So no, he wasn't copying Lou Rawls. All right, let me give y'all the visuals. the audio at the same time. All right, let's go. I'm like, that's the wrong song, but that's it. Look at them hairstyles the girls was wearing. And we wore baggy clothes. None of that tight stuff. Look at Cool V. That was his DJ, and that's his cousin. Rest in peace, Big. Biz. Biz just died, y'all. But he's gonna left his legacy of his music. Let's go. Everybody used to say, who is this retarded dude? Biz knew he was not a handsome dude, and he played that card like Kevin Hart being a little short dude, taken for granted, because he was a short dude. He used that as his advantage. He ran with it. Cool V look like Kanye a little bit. Then he look like Shaq in the suit, in that beige suit. You know how Shaq always acting a fool. What he supposed to be? James Brown in that jump? That was come on, baby. He emulating James Brown. All right. Yeah, y'all feeling me. That's that 80s rap right there, boy. Yeah. I had my son listening to Heavy D. You got nothing but love for you, baby. You got nothing but love for you, honey. Yeah. And uh, uh, what's that joint? We got our own thing. Yeah. I was like, Slim, y'all rappers not doing it like how we did it back in the day. If your music didn't get people up to dance, it was whack, you know. I did a video earlier, and I had to cut it short. So I'm gonna give them guys their homage. Frank Ward used to be an actor, and let me finish it up on this video right here. You know, I like to give homage to people that done died, that done put their time in the business, and I just like to honor them and respect them and give them their homage for their last ride. You know, you know, it's only right. Oh, Fred Ward. I put on here Frank Ward. He was a familiar face, always like playing like a villain type in his movies. I mean, that's where I know him from. You know, let me see. You know, always playing in like them army movies and stuff like that. You know, so this was somebody that I was familiar with. So yeah, he been in a lot of joints. You know, look like Richard Gere a little bit. You know, if you know who Richard Gere is. Richard Gere played in American Gigolo and Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts. Yeah, so let's get some background on him. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, let's get some background on my man. You know, let's send him home. Let's send him home right. Wow. Jennifer Lopez. It was the worst idea to share the stage at the Super Bowl, halftime Super Bowl with Shakira. It was the worst idea. Okay. Y'all see that? Wow. So I want to know why. Cause Shakira was younger than you and got more attention, and you know, cause you 50 years old, and everybody was going, ugh, we're the younger people. You still fine to me, but I'm 50 years old. So maybe she took all the attention from you and you knew that and you felt that. So that's why you felt that way. I'm just saying, I'm just making my own assumption, but I bet you I'm not off from that observation, you know. Yeah, I need to look into that to see why she said that. I bet you that's probably what happened too. Or that's what's happening, and she not going to admit it. Oh, I forgot, y'all. I went to see the Jurassic Park, the new installment. It was good, and it was cold today, and I went in there with some shorts on. We caught a matinee, and it was super cold in that joint. So I'm in there freezing. I ain't really enjoy the movie because I was in there cold, you know. All right, Fred Ward, American actor. Freddie Joe Ward was an American actor and producer. Okay, starting with a role in an Italian television movie in 1973. He appeared in such diverse films as Escape from Alcatraz, Southern Comfort, uh, okay, the right something it cut off on that. But he was born December 30th, uh 1942, San Diego, California, May 8th, 2022. He died May 8th, 2022. He was 5'10", married to Marie France Ward. And he was married since 1995. Uh, and his son, get this, the Django Ward. So he was in Remo Williams, Tremors 2, Aftershock, Tremors 1, Sweet Home Alabama. He was in that. So he was in some joints. Henry and June, Escape from Alcatraz, look like with what's my man name? Clint Eastwood and the right stuff. Okay. So this was his iconic breakout movies. You know, they described him as a marvelous character actor with intense eyes, a sly grin, and somewhat grizzled appearance. All right, so that means he was a hard looking dude. He wasn't like no pretty boy. He wasn't ugly. He was like in between. So he got casted for like rough looking parts, like so basically villain. He got villain parts. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that meant. I'm decoding what that just said. A sly grin and somewhat grizzled appearance. Yeah. They basically saying he wasn't no pretty boy like Richard Gere. Richard Gere was uh, deemed to be a playboy in his career. He was a ladies' man, and so this guy is just the opposite. When they cast him, they got him to be a villain. A gangster, a criminal for the most part, cause that's the hard look he give off. That's the vibe he give off. So in the entertainment world, that's called being typecast when they only want to put you in a certain role. But you know, I'm sure he didn't mind because they cut the check. So yeah. All right, let's go to the football player that died in the accident. I think he played for Arizona Cardinals. Okay. NFL football player Jeff Gladney dies at 25 in a car accident. And it's saying June 1st, 2022. Jeff Gladney, a college football star and NFL player, died at the age of 25 following a fatal car accident in Dallas. A news article released by his most recent team, the Arizona Cardinals. They saying he was a cornerback for them, and but okay, he was a cornerback, and they also talk about Dwayne Haskins. Autopsy came back about Dwayne Haskins. He was intoxicated with amphetamines in him, and so that means he was high on drugs. So we don't know if anybody drugged him or not. So we don't know. So it's just crazy. So this is what Jeff Gladney look like, recently. I think my wife coming saying, let's go. And I'm finished. I'm finished the video. So this is Jeff Gladney, who died. He looked like Ron Artest a little bit. He died in a car crash, 25 years old, and he had a Caucasian girlfriend that was in the car with him, and she died from her injuries as well. So, these guys get these sport cars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Maseratis, and uh, you need to respect the power of these vehicles, and you just tap the gas and they flying damn near down the road. And it don't help if you're intoxicated or drunk, or you're not in your right mind trying to handle a strong, fast machine like that. And it don't even have to be a Lambo or Ferrari. Any vehicle that you get behind the wheel and you're intoxicated, you know what I'm saying? It's not good. And then you done killed yourself and somebody else that's a passenger. That's not cool. So I'm sure it'll be a civil suit against his estate from the girl family, and rightfully so. Like Earl Spence was just in a car accident with his Lambo maybe 2 years ago now, but he's back on top of his boxing game. It almost took his life, and he had to have surgery. Uh, I'm just thinking on off the top of my head, Paul Walker killed himself in a speeding in I think a Porsche he had just bought, and I think allegedly he was under the influence. I want to say uh, Kevin Hart was in the accident where he hurt his back, needed back surgery, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna admit that I'm guilty of under the influence of driving early, in my day. And but one thing that I noticed, I was always maybe 30 minutes from my home. I wasn't outside or close to an hour where I had to drive from wherever I was at. I wasn't never that far from home, which still don't mean nothing. It's not good to drink and drive, and I need to speak on that as an activist, because it's the right thing to do. So, to everybody that's driving under the influence, please catch Uber, catch a Lyft, and that wasn't around in my day. So, there's no reason for you to be caught